Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Fiance Files. Fiance Files. That's what today is going to be called. That's what we're going to call the show on Thursdays. Me and Fee King about to get into some Fiance Files. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on because we ran out of time last time. So we're going to bring her on right now. Hey, Fee King.
Hi, Sekou Rice.
I like your outfit. That's nice.
Oh, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So we talk about what we're going to talk about today. I see you sent me some topic ideas. But before you get to that, I've got a couple of things I want to talk about. So, for those of you that don't know, social media has freaked me out ever since I came back. Ever since my return from the stroke, like I've become a little bit comfortable enough to post things, but really I've not been comfortable with social media, and so I haven't. I get on, post something, and get off.
Yeah.
Get on, post something, get off. Right. And so anyway, when this came up the other day, this. Oh, you got some coffee. All right. Anyway, someone put this up. And, you put this up, and I was like, "What is this?" I want to play. I want to play this for anyone who didn't see it. I was like, "What?" I just saw this the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." So this is me and Fee King at her what do you call that? Cousin's wedding. Well, anyway, here we go.
That's it.
Okay, cousin's wedding.
Cousin's wedding. Yes.
Even to date is promised. 12 months and 3 weeks ago, Sekou suffered a hemorrhagic stroke. I imagined and believed that he was going to pull through, and look at him dancing, smiling, singing. Wedding vibes were popping in Council Bluffs, Iowa for Jasmine Westbrook and Hammer's nuptials. And we have so much to be grateful for. Even to date is promised.
Yes.
12 months.
That's it. I think that is so great. And also there's so many more stories to be told even to that because I was experiencing pain even then. I'm smiling, I'm happy, but I was experiencing pain even then. And just to have the energy come through as it did to be transferred forever is really nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
I agree. That you don't recall that video then when I posted it days after the wedding?
I don't remember you posting it. I remember doing it, and I remember seeing it and be like, "Oh, that was really cool." But you doing it with a voiceover, I don't remember that at all.
Well, you know what's interesting about that, and what I love about social media, because I'm all about social media. I have been since the beginning. Whenever anyone would talk negatively about social media, and when I say in the beginning, I remember Facebook, getting on Facebook, being urged. A client of mine said, "Fee, you need to be on Facebook." I was like, "I don't have time to be playing with those kids." Like, she was like, "No." I'm so glad begrudgingly I finally did it, because I got that Facebook is not this negative arena, and that you actually get to attract the kind of people and experiences that you want to have versus some of the negative stuff. I've just not experienced that. And what I love about it, again, let me get back to that, is that you never know who needs to be reached by what you're doing and what you're experiencing. Who needs to be reached? Example, I posted the video because I wanted to highlight Omaha and Iowa in a positive light. I wanted to share my baby cousin's nuptials. I wanted to share that we were there, and that you were able to be there with me post-stroke, because this was literally 14 months after no, it was a year and 3 weeks after your stroke. A year and 3 weeks.
It was close.
Just last week. So this is over, 5 months ago? Just last week, a woman reached out to me, made a post, a comment on this video, and she said, "You are so blessed. I wasn't lucky as you are." Something like that.
Yeah.
Because my husband, do you have it?
Yeah, I have it. I wish my husband was so lucky. He had his cerebral hemorrhage stroke on my kitchen floor and died 7 days later. Good luck to you, sis.
That one, it made me emotional because, right, while we know that the chances of you not having survived that stroke is great, when you hear someone who had a similar, if not the same exact experience, who didn't make it, it really puts things in perspective. It heightens my gratitude. And it also allowed me to connect with this woman who I don't know. She messaged me privately and she shared with me all of the details of her husband's stroke.
Wow.
And, it made me cry.
Oh,
and so I feel like I now have an ally because I don't know that enough people are talking about the impact that it has on the significant other, you know, the girlfriend, the wife, the fiance.
Yeah.
And so in that moment, I felt like, okay, someone can relate to me and maybe someone can be a sounding board for me.
Yeah. 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 I just want to piggyback on that because strokes are different. Strokes are different. I find it very, very important for me to say that strokes are different.
Do you mean each person's stroke?
Each person's stroke is different. Each person's stroke is different. And so it took me a long time to get to that point. But what's different about mine is what's the part when I forget things?
Aphasia.
Aphasia?
Yes. Not alopecia. That's what I have. Aphasia.
Not alopecia. Aphasia. But what's the one where I forget like a long time ago?
Oh, amnesia.
Amnesia. So amnesia, I had that immediately and strong. And so that must have been, I know now how difficult that was for you, for me not knowing you initially. Like that must have been so hard. And I just want to shout you out for being able to get past it. Cause I didn't know my mom, but she didn't know that I didn't know her. Right. Because I wasn't able to talk yet. And my friend Rush, he came by the hospital every day. And every day I'd be like, who is this dude? Who is this dude that's here every day? Right? And I did not know these people Jay Sheets used to come by and give me rides in the wheelchair. And I'm like, all right, I'm grateful to get out the room, but who is this guy riding me around? And so it was so grateful that you were able to get past that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had to get back to those lips. I was like, I love his lips, his smile, his face, and I know he's in there. And so for those of you who don't know, Sekou and I have been in a long distance relationship. We've been in a long distance friendship since the beginning.
Yeah.
We've never
years.
We've never lived in the same city, state. He would come to LA, do a pop-up. And we've kept in touch over all of the moves. I've moved a lot since I met Sekou. So when you had the stroke, I wasn't able to be in Nashville until almost 2 months after your stroke, which meant once you came home, we were able to talk on the phone, but it was very short.
Oh, by then, I'm sorry to interrupt. By then, they had taken my cell phone. I was like, what are you doing? They take my cell phone because I was texting people long strands of nothing. Talk about A, B, by, oh, like that's what I was texting people. So they confiscated my cell phone for that reason. So anyway, go ahead.
Yes, it was. I tell you, whenever I share the story with strangers, especially, they are so engaged. They are hanging on to my every word. They're like, that is an amazing story. It is. And I'm like, it's not just a story. It's my life. This is really happening for us and to us. And so because I wasn't able to physically see you, I felt even more disconnected. So for me, I said, you know what? I'm going to shift gears. I'm going to go into friend mode, because no matter what, Sekou is my friend. He was my friend. He's still going to be my friend. And so no matter what, I'm going to just treat him like this is my homeboy and I'm riding for him. And so for me, there was never a moment where I thought, I can't do this. Like it didn't even dawn on me. I instantly went into, I don't know the mode you would call it, but not, I just went into action. I was like, you know, if this happened to my mom, this is what I would do. If this happened to my girl, Tonya, this is what I would do. If this happened to my sister, this is what I would do. So I got to compartmentalize it, because I was unclear as to the relationship, because you know why, and we don't want to give that away because that's going to be in the movie, that's going to be in the book.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Wait, y'all hear that? That's crazy.
That's crazy. Oh, what's Reb Melissa? Hi, Reb Melissa.
Reb Melissa saying the impact is tremendous. I'm grateful my honey survived. Grateful every day. Yeah. So just for those of you that don't know, Reverend Mel's husband had a stroke way before I did. I was involved. I was involved a little bit. I came out to the hospital to see him, and I was with her during that process. But there's something different about being through it when it's you and when it's somebody else. Like I was sympathetic, and I came to the hospital. I said, my goodbye, my strong words, good for you doing. What you say?
Do you want me to help you? You got it?
Okay, wait a minute. One more time. All right. So I came to the hospital and I said words of good cheer. But the difference between me doing it and me doing it for myself was very different. And he was one of the first people I thought about when I could remember. One of the first people I thought about, like, I need to talk to him. I need to talk to him because he's been through it. And he surprised me so much by how much he's experienced, how much he's been through,
and overcome.
Yeah, he was such a blessing to have as part of my team. That was really great, really great.
I think that is the difference between being sympathetic and empathetic. I also think the more you experience medical challenges and death makes you a lot more empathetic. And especially, like you said, when you experience it yourself. I had no idea that Marco had a stroke because, and by the way, Rev Melissa is Sekou's best friend.
Yeah.
Because when you had your stroke, Rev Melissa also went into, like we all went into, trying to find the word for the mode that you go into. It's not, survival mode. Like when you're trying to survive, you go into that mode, but it was, we all just like immediately went into action to help you because we weren't able to be with you physically. You were in Nashville. She's in New York. I'm in Baltimore. Corby's in LA. But Rev Melissa never mentioned her husband's stroke. Like it really was all about you because you had the stroke in that moment. She was very present, and proactive about supporting you. And she knew a lot more about strokes than we did because I never met anyone personally, I would encounter people in the Uber, but that was 2 or 3 minutes. We have a conversation, but to experience it up close and personal, it's one of those things I never thought I would. Like, why would I? Never thought someone like you would have a stroke. Like when Corby called me and said those words, it was surreal. It was like, no. I think I was shaking my head like, no, that's impossible. And we've learned that nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
It can happen to anyone at any moment. It can happen, but there are ways to prevent and lessen your chances of having one. However, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
So all praises to God that you are here with us, empowering us, inspiring us, and educating us about money.
Yeah. Ashe. And I want to thank Reverend Melissa for thanking me for being there, because I was there, in my way, but now I'm there in a much bigger way. And I've been, talking to Marco. Here we go, and talking to him about doing something for men who have strokes, and I'm, I got to circle back to that, because I really feel strongly that that we need to be there to support other men who didn't expect to go down this road. And I remember one thing quickly about Marco is that he was slim. He was slim, and I was like, "What do you mean he's slim?" Like how, I couldn't figure out how someone who was slim, who wasn't like overweight, who wasn't obese or something, was slim and trim, this could happen to him. And so he affected some dietary changes right then, because I was like, okay, I gotta do something right, do something better. And then it still got me. It still got me. But I'm grateful for him and her and their possible their I forgot.
I think you were trying to say that you're grateful for Rev Melissa and Marco being the example.
Okay.
In a nutshell, I think.
Okay, yes. Rev Melissa talking about I got jokes. I don't know what I said that was funny, but I got jokes apparently. And
it is what we needed.
What we needed. It was so heavy. Sacred brings to life. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Ooh. Okay. That took us way off base. I
think we're exactly where we're supposed to be.
Okay.
And we're talking about exactly what we're supposed to be talking about. Yes.
Well, let's see. What else did I want to show you? Oh, I wanted to show this from Sari Williams. Let me see. How do I do this? I need to.
We love Sari. I've met some good people in this city.
And here we go. Add to stage. Okay. So I don't remember what we were talking about, but she says, we are about to celebrate our 25th anniversary, February 3rd. We spent $20 at the courthouse. That's crazy. We never had a wedding, but we are happily married. We have bought properties, paid off debt, and saved money. I think if you can have a lavish wedding that go free, go for it. But if it would be better to invest it in your future. Ashe.
So let's break that down. Because Sari and her husband met while in the military. They met when they were 18, 19 years old, got married. They have 3 grown children now. I think, their son is probably last year of high school. They had a house built in Maryland. I forget the city. It's not in Baltimore. It's about an hour from here. They had it built from the ground up. Sari also coaches. She does marriage and family coaching. And marriage and family coaching. Her husband, I think he works for the military. And what I love about their union is Cyree makes no bones about it. She said, listen, and this was way before you and I were in a relationship. This is like when we were just dating. She didn't even know about you. This was just a general statement about relationships and marriage, is that marriage is not easy. She said, and there's no perfect marriage. Like my husband and I have gone through our stuff, but we've always worked together as a team. And she's really, really big on the financial part of the relationship and making sure that you're on the same page and that you work together. Because I've been reading this for years, but more so specifically that the top two reasons for divorce is communication and finances. If you have kids, it's communication, finances, and the rearing of children. And those are conversations that need to be had before you get married and then during and throughout the marriage. I love that she said that. I had no, and I've known Cyree. She's a client of mine. I've known her for over 2 years. I never knew she got married at the courthouse. Wow. I never knew that. Wow. And so I love that she shared that with us as encouragement. She shared that because Sekou and I and Rev Melissa, who's helping us, we're trying to figure out, we are figuring out where to have our wedding. Yeah, we're still working on that. And Sekou is working on that diligently.
Yeah. Actually, we remind me that Corby sent me a video. I'm pretty sure it was Corby. This couple got married in their home. They created a banner that took up the whole floor.
Yeah.
And was that you?
Well, yes, Rev Melissa. Rev Melissa sent it to me.
Okay.
I think I sent it to you or she did, but yes. And they paid $1,500.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that at a.
It just reminds me that there are so many options. There's so many options and so many different ways of tackling it. And what you said about Cyree and how she was able to save that money and buy investment property, like that's great. That's great.
And have a house built from the ground up. And I've been in this home for Christmas. She does this annual Christmas party. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful home. I mean, really, really beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. So all things are possible, right? And I love, Sekou, that you said when it comes to one's wedding, there's so many ways.
Yeah.
There's so many ways. And there's probably a way that has never been done that could be the way that we decide to do it.
Yes, yes.
And it reminds me of what Jace, who's a financial guy on your show, said about attaining wealth. He said, oftentimes you'll see these advertisements on social medias, how to become a 6, 7, 8-figure coach, how to make, $20,000 a month in your business. And this is the only way. He's like, it's not. There are hundreds, if not thousands of ways to, I don't like to use the analogy skin a kitty, but I'm gonna use it. But there are so many ways to skin a kitty. I don't even know what that means, to skin the cat, but it's a saying, meaning there's more than one way. There's more than one way to get from here to New York City. I could take a bus. I could take a train. I could hitchhike. I could walk. I could take a hack. I could take a flight. There's so many ways. I could even ride a bike if I wanted to, right?
Right. You would not be hitchhiking. You would not be hitchhiking. I'm gonna say that right now. Right now.
You're right. I will not. I'm just saying that there's so many ways to get it done and to get to it. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you for not letting me hitchhike. That means you love me.
Right. But thanks for bringing Jace up too, because Jace, as you guys know, if you came to the class, he volunteered to teach a class for us about money, and it's so interesting how different parts remember different pieces of that presentation. Like you remember that, and I hardly remember that. I hardly remember that. I remember other pieces of it, but it's very interesting how that stood out to you. And yeah, it is true. It is so true that you can find all kinds of ways to support your dreams, to support your vision. And also, Jace and I we're talking about him coming to New York now. Like, I know we mentioned it briefly, but it was like, but for real, he's talking about dates. He's talking about things to do. Like, he's for real coming to New York. I'm like, what? so we got to get that together. We got to get that together.
Huh? We ought to reach out to Yotel and see if they would be willing, to host it.
For sure. For sure. I already thought about that. I already thought about that.
You did? Okay. See?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yotel, for those of you that don't know, is a hotel adjacent to where I live in west, Midtown Manhattan. And yeah, they've got some great things. And Fee, when she's in town, does her show from Yotel. And so they getting all this love from Fee. They don't know what to do with it yet, but they're getting all this love from her.
I'll give them some insight on what to do with it.
Okay.
How they can.
Yeah, that is a place where I proposed to Fee. That's the
Do you have that video?
Huh?
Do you have that video queued up?
No, I don't have that video.
Okay, next time.
Yeah, next time.
I have a question for you because I know we only have a few more minutes. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Under fiance files?
Sure.
Okay. What makes you feel confident that you're going to be an amazing husband?
Feel confident that I'm going to be an amazing husband? Wow. I don't think I thought about it that way.
Oh, okay. Are you okay? Really?
Yeah, no? I feel like I want to be the best person I can be for you, and bring what I can to you, right? But I don't think about it in terms of whether or not I'll be able to. I just think about I'm going to bring as much as I can to you, to this union. I think that's all I got.
Well, all you got is more than enough. I have to tell you, Sekou, you brought a lot as a boyfriend. Like you surprised me. You surprised me. I didn't know. You surprised me. I just didn't know that you were like you are, who you are. And so I'm glad I stuck around to get to the yummy, sweet, delicious, good part, even better part.
Yeah, even though the me that I am has changed
a lot. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you have survived a big shift in me, because I have changed entirely up to. I mean, you have been saying, "Hey, you're really different. You're really different. You really doing this differently." And I'm like, really? And
this
so
was before the stroke. You're talking about before the stroke, Coop?
No, after the stroke. After the stroke, you've been saying that I've been changed, and things that I would do, you'd be like, I don't know if you do that before. And so that energy has been very. I don't know how to say it for me, because it's the new me that I know, but I know it must be disconcerting for everyone around me. Everyone around me must be feeling something like, what is going on with Sekou? Like, what is going on with them? And so you have dated two versions of Sekou, and me for a little bit before the stroke and me after the stroke. And yeah, you've really been able to build a life with the new Sekou.
I think people get to remember that change is inevitable. And if you expect anyone to be who they've always been, then you're in for a rude awakening. Because imagine if Sekou had never changed, you would still be an infant, a newborn. You wouldn't be walking, talking. Like we're constantly changing, and hopefully that change is in a positive direction, which allows you to evolve and grow and be better. And I've actually dated 3 versions of Sekou. We'll talk about that on the next Fiance Files.
Next Fiance Files. I can't wait to find out what you talk about. All right, folks, we're leaving now. We are done with Fiance Files for today. We're a little bit long, but we are here doing this every Thursday. Every Thursday. All right, folks, we'll see you later.